Everyone assumed the case was closed. One hacker. One apartment. One arrest. The Bengaluru Cybercrime police had their man. The stolen databases were seized. The Bitcoin wallets were frozen. Case closed. Except it wasn't. Because when the forensic team opened his laptop, they did not find what they expected. They did not find a desperate criminal covering his tracks. They found something far more disturbing. A folder named workflow_v3. Automated scripts. Encrypted chat logs. A hidden VeraCrypt volume that took 3 days to crack. And inside that volume, a file simply titled targets_2025_q2.txt. This was not a hacker who got lucky a few times. This was a system. A playbook. A scaled operation built for efficiency, connected to dozens of others operating silently across India right now. The arrest was not the end of the story. It was the beginning of a much larger investigation that the public was never meant to know about. Until now. I am Sridhar. This is Cyber Vault. Part 2 starts where the headlines stopped. Catching one criminal revealed 100 more. That is when the real investigation began. Chapter 1, the laptop that changed everything. The forensic team had seen hundreds of seized devices. They expected the usual, stolen databases in folders, phishing templates, maybe a few dark web bookmarks. What they found inside this laptop stopped the entire team cold. Hidden behind a VeraCrypt encrypted volume, a container designed to look like random data to anyone without the correct password, was an entire operational infrastructure. Not just stolen data. A complete criminal business operation. Workflow_v3 was a folder containing automated phishing scripts written in Python, a Selenium bot for generating fake login pages, a Telegram notification system that pinged him every time a victim entered credentials, a mass email delivery tool using SMTP relay chains, target lists organized by industry, company size, and estimated data value, and revenue tracking, actual spreadsheets showing how much each stolen database sold for on dark web markets. The forensic team also found something that revealed this hacker was not self-taught in isolation. Tutorial files. Step-by-step guides. Written in Hindi and English mixed together. One file was literally named Noobfish version 4.1 Hindi version. This was not elite hacking. This was a starter kit. A plug-and-play cybercrime package that anyone with basic computer literacy could operate. And he had received it from someone else on the dark web. Which meant someone was building and distributing these kits. Someone was training the next generation of cybercriminals. And the person they had just arrested was not the top of this chain. He was just one node in a network that was still fully operational. The laptop was not evidence of one crime. It was a map of hundreds. Chapter 2, the digital fingerprints he never knew he was leaving. Every cybercriminal believes the same 3 things make them completely invisible: a VPN, the Tor browser, and cryptocurrency. This hacker believed all 3. He was wrong on all 3. Here is exactly how his own technology betrayed him. Fingerprint 1, email metadata. His phishing emails were carefully designed to look legitimate. Correct logos. Professional language. Believable sender names. But every email carries metadata that most people never see. The header structure, the technical envelope around every email, was identical across all his campaigns. The same SMTP relay path every time. The same time zone signature, IST, UTC +5:30 embedded in every sent timestamp. And a base 64 encoded tracking pixel, a tiny invisible image that reported back when a victim opened the email, was reused across dozens of different campaigns. This single tracking pixel tied phishing attacks against multiple companies back to the same person. Even when he changed email addresses. Even when he used different sender names. The pixel was his signature. Fingerprint 2, the packet size signature. When he exfiltrated stolen data from compromised servers, he used a Python script to upload files to his remote storage. The script sent data in exact 512 kilobyte bursts, not approximately 512 kilobytes, exactly 512 kilobytes every time. This created a unique network signature, a repeating pattern of identically sized packets that showed up in the network logs of multiple victim organizations. A human attacker varying their methods manually would never create such a perfectly consistent pattern. But an automated script running the same code every time leaves the same footprint every time. Investigators matched this packet signature across 4 different breach investigations that had previously appeared to be completely unconnected. They were all the same attacker. Fingerprint 3, his laptop clock. Every file on a computer carries a timestamp, when it was created, when it was modified, when it was last accessed. Every Python script he wrote, every ransomware builder file, every log file generated by his tools, all of them timestamped in UTC +5:30. India Standard Time. He had claimed in dark web forums to be operating from Eastern Europe. He had routed his traffic through servers in Germany and Romania. He had used VPNs with exit nodes in the Netherlands. But his own machine's clock told a different story. Every file he ever created quietly confirmed he was in India. Specifically based on the activity patterns, active during Indian business hours and sleeping during Indian night hours. The digital lie he told the world was contradicted by every timestamp on his own laptop. Anonymity is a performance. And every performance has moments where the mask slips. Chapter 3, The VPN Trap. How he gave away his real location. In part 1, we covered the VPN leak that exposed his real IP address. In part 2, we go into exactly what happened technically, because understanding this is critical for anyone who thinks VPN plus Tor equals total anonymity. He used Tor routed through a VPN. Specifically Tor VPN. This is the wrong order. And that mistake cost him everything. The correct configuration for maximum anonymity is VPN Tor. You connect to the VPN first, then access Tor through it. This means your ISP sees only that you connected to a VPN, not that you used Tor at all. By doing it in reverse, his VPN provider could see that he was using Tor. And when his VPN connection dropped briefly during a session, a common issue called a VPN tunnel collapse, his real IP address was exposed directly to the Tor exit node. But here is the part that made this catastrophic. The Bengaluru cybercrime investigators had been quietly operating their own Tor exit nodes. Exit nodes are the final relay in the Tor network, the point where traffic exits Tor and reaches the actual internet. Anyone running an exit node can see the TLS handshake pattern of the connecting device, the JA3 fingerprint, a unique identifier generated by the way a specific browser and operating system negotiate encrypted connections. The operating system level signature, and the behavioral browsing pattern, meaning which sites were visited in which sequence. When his real IP leaked during that VPN collapse, all of these fingerprints matched instantly against the profile investigators had been building for months. One moment of misconfiguration. 6 months of investigation confirmed in seconds. The dark web only protects you until the moment it doesn't. And that moment always comes. Chapter 4, Operation StormRoom, Inside the Criminal Network. The arrest triggered something the public never heard about. Inside the Cybercrime division, a classified operation was quietly launched. Its internal codename, StormRoom. Its mission was not to celebrate the arrest. Its mission was to use the arrested hacker's access to map every wallet, every vendor, every buyer, and every contact connected to his operation before the network realized he had been caught. Time was critical. Dark web criminal networks are designed to go dark instantly when a member is arrested. Encrypted messaging apps allow mass deletion of evidence in seconds. Cryptocurrency can be moved and laundered within minutes. Investigators had a narrow window. Using the hacker's own phone and laptop, still logged into his accounts before the network could react, investigators deployed 6 simultaneous techniques. Blockchain clustering, mapping every wallet address connected to his known wallets, tracking how funds flowed between them, and identifying the wallets of buyers, suppliers, and collaborators. Tor traffic pattern correlation, cross-referencing the browsing patterns observed from their exit nodes with known dark web marketplace activity. AI-powered OSINT scraping, automated intelligence gathering across dark web forums, Telegram channels, and paste sites, looking for any username, writing style, or technical signature matching his known profiles. Linguistic fingerprinting, analyzing the writing style, vocabulary choices, sentence structures, and punctuation habits in his dark web posts and chat logs. Every person writes with subtle patterns that are as unique as a fingerprint. His dark web persona, despite using a fake name, wrote exactly like he did in his private notes. PGP key matching on dark web markets. Sellers use PGP encryption keys to sign their listings and communications. His PGP keys appeared across multiple marketplaces under different usernames, but the key itself is mathematically unique. Same key. Different names. Same person. Wallet timestamp analysis. Cryptocurrency transactions carry timestamps. His withdrawal patterns showed consistent activity during IST business hours, with a clear gap during Indian night time. Confirming location. Confirming time zone. Confirming identity. The biggest discovery came on day 3 of Operation StormRoom. The hacker was a member of a private Telegram group. 29 members. Invitation only. Encrypted. Inside that group, investigators found live OTP logs from active phishing campaigns, shared phishing kit updates with new versions and bug fixes, stolen databases being traded between members, active victim lists with real-time compromised status, ransomware builds being tested and distributed, and perhaps most chillingly, customer service tips for selling stolen data professionally. How to negotiate with buyers. How to handle disputes. How to build a reputation on dark web markets. This was not a group of desperate criminals. This was a professional community. Using the arrested hacker's phone, investigators quietly infiltrated the group without alerting any other member. For the first time, they watched cybercriminals operate in real time, planning attacks, sharing tools, celebrating successful breaches. Every message was logged. Every username was traced. Every wallet address was flagged. Operation StormRoom had started with one arrest. Within 2 weeks, it had built a complete map of a 29-person cybercriminal network operating across at least 7 Indian states. The arrest was the key. StormRoom was what the key unlocked. Chapter 5: India's new cybercrime ecosystem. What Operation StormRoom revealed was not what investigators expected to find. They expected foreign connections, Russian handlers, Chinese infrastructure, Eastern European mentors. What they found instead was almost entirely domestic. The 29 members of the Telegram group ranged in age from 17 to 24. Most were students or recent graduates. Several were from Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, not just metros. This is India's new cybercrime reality. Certain data shows that cybercrime complaints in India crossed 15 lakh in 2024, a 60% increase from the previous year. And the profile of the attacker has fundamentally changed. 5 years ago, most sophisticated cyber attacks on Indian organizations came from organized foreign threat actors. Today, increasingly, the threat is domestic. Young. Unskilled technically. But armed with powerful tools that require almost no technical knowledge to operate. The dark web listings found in the hacker's browser tell the complete story of how accessible this has become. Indian KYC full stack, 1,200 rupees. Complete identity packages: name, Aadhaar, PAN, phone number, address. Everything needed to open fake bank accounts or apply for fraudulent loans. Bengaluru corporate email database, verified, 3,500 rupees. Thousands of professional email addresses ready for targeted phishing campaigns. Aadhaar plus PAN combo, fresh dump. Sold in bulk. Prices negotiable for large orders. And he was not the only seller uploading Indian data. He was one of dozens. The dark web marketplace he used had over 200 active listings of Indian citizen data at the time of his arrest. This is not the work of elite hackers. This is the work of copy-paste criminals who downloaded a starter kit, watched a few dark web tutorials, and started running attacks within weeks. Cybercrime has become democratized. The barrier to entry is lower than ever. And the supply of willing participants is growing. The most dangerous cybercriminal in India today is not a genius. He is a graduate with a laptop, a dark web account, and 3 hours of free time. Chapter 6: The Psychology Behind the Keyboard. The encrypted chat logs from the Telegram group revealed something that investigators found deeply unsettling. Not just the technical details of the crimes, but the mindset. Dark web mentors, experienced criminals coaching newcomers, were actively shaping how these young criminals thought about risk, detection, and consequences. The messages recovered included things like, "Bro, no one gets caught. Police don't understand this tech. VPN plus Tor equals invisible. Do your research. Indian companies have zero security. It is like stealing from an open shop. This is the safest business. No violence. No physical risk. Just money." This false confidence is carefully cultivated. Because a criminal who believes they are invisible is a criminal who becomes careless. And carelessness creates evidence. Every digital action leaves a trace. Browser fingerprints. Wallet timestamps. Typing patterns that are as unique as handwriting. Code style that identifies a programmer like a signature. Login timing that reveals time zone and daily routine. Network anomalies that stand out in traffic analysis. Investigators do not need perfection. They do not need a confession. They do not even need a single obvious mistake. They need one anomaly. One pattern that does not fit. One moment where the performance slips. The hacker they arrested had been operating for 11 months. He had made thousands of rupees. He had successfully breached multiple organizations. He had genuinely believed he was untouchable. His VPN dropped for 4 seconds. 4 seconds was enough. The dark web promises invisibility. It delivers a delay. There is a difference. Chapter 7: What this case teaches every organization in India. The Bengaluru case is not just a crime story. It is a masterclass in how modern cyber investigations work and what every Indian organization needs to learn from it. Lesson 1: Phishing is still the number one entry point. Not zero-day exploits. Not sophisticated nation-state tools. A convincing email. A single click. Game over. Certain data consistently shows phishing as the top attack vector in India year after year. The defense: regular, realistic phishing simulations. Not once a year at an annual training session, monthly, with immediate feedback. Organizations that run monthly simulations reduce successful phishing click rates by 60 to 70% within 12 months. Lesson 2: Dark web anonymity is a myth that law enforcement has already broken. Blockchain analysis tools like Chainalysis and Elliptic can trace cryptocurrency transactions across dozens of wallet hops. Tor exit node monitoring reveals behavioral fingerprints. AI-powered OSINT can correlate identities across multiple platforms. Linguistic fingerprinting can match anonymous posts to known individuals. The criminals know these tools exist. The good ones adapt. The majority do not. Lesson 3: Your supply chain is your biggest undefended attack surface. The hacker did not target the largest, best-defended organizations directly. He targeted startups and mid-size companies that had regular business relationships with larger enterprises. Data from a food delivery app is valuable. Data from a fintech startup is valuable. Data from a corporate email database is extremely valuable. Every vendor, every partner, every third-party contractor who has access to your systems is a potential entry point. Vendor security assessments are no longer optional. Lesson 4: Your logs are your most valuable forensic asset. The investigation succeeded in large part because victim organizations had sufficient logging enabled. The packet size signature was found in network logs. The email metadata was preserved in mail server logs. The timeline was reconstructed from endpoint logs. Organizations that do not maintain comprehensive, centralized logs make investigation and attribution nearly impossible. If you are breached and have no logs, you cannot understand what happened, cannot prove what was taken, and cannot prevent the same thing from happening again. Lesson 5: For individuals, your personal data is the raw material of cybercrime. The dark web marketplace listings tell you exactly what your data is worth. Your phone number enables SIM swap attacks that can bypass two-factor authentication on your bank account. Your Aadhaar number enables identity fraud that can result in loans taken out in your name. Your email and password combination enables credential stuffing attacks against every other account where you used the same password. Your address enables physical targeting for delivery fraud, SIM swap social engineering, and in extreme cases, real-world threats. Protect each piece of personal data as if it is individually valuable. Because on the dark web it is. Cybersecurity is no longer an IT department concern. It is personal safety infrastructure. Closing: the case that never really ended. 6 weeks after the arrest, the Bengaluru Cybercrime Police had made 4 additional arrests connected to the Operation StormRoom investigation. 3 more were identified and are under active surveillance. The Telegram group, 29 members, when investigators first infiltrated it, had quietly grown to 34 members as new recruits joined while the investigation was still ongoing. The hacker who was arrested is now cooperating with investigators, providing information about his suppliers, the people who built and sold him the starter kits. The people higher up in the chain. And those people, the ones building the tools, training the next generation, and profiting from the entire ecosystem, are still out there. This is the uncomfortable truth about modern cybercrime in India. You cannot arrest your way out of it. Every arrest creates an opportunity for investigators. But the ecosystem that produces these criminals, the dark web communities, the freely available tools, the culture of false confidence and easy money continues to operate. The only sustainable defense is not more arrests. It is making attacks harder, less profitable, and more detectable at every level. Better secured organizations. Better informed employees. Better protected personal data. Better trained investigators. And a public that understands that the dark web is not a foreign problem, it is operating on the same streets, in the same cities, and in some cases the same apartment buildings as the rest of us. 3 things to do before this video ends. 1. Check if your organization has a phishing simulation program. If it does not, that is your first priority this week. Not next quarter. This week. 2. Search your email address on heavybeampoint.com right now. If your email appears in a known data breach, change every password associated with that email immediately. Use a password manager. Use unique passwords for every account. 3. Enable two-factor authentication on every account that matters. Banking, email, work systems, social media. The 4 seconds that exposed this hacker are the same 4 seconds that stand between an attacker and your account if you do not have two-fa enable. This is Cyber Vault. I am Sridhar. The hacker sat in that apartment believing he was invisible. He was wrong. But the ecosystem that created him, the starter kits, the tutorials, the Telegram groups, the dark web markets selling your personal data for 1,200 rupees, that is still running. Right now. Subscribe because in the next episode, we are going inside the dark web marketplaces themselves. How they operate. Who runs them? What is being sold? And why shutting them down is harder than any single arrest. The story of India's cybercrime ecosystem is far from over. And you need to understand it before it understands you. Every shadow has cracks. The question is whether you are the one shining the light or waiting in the dark.